A skill that's very important to our special needs students is being able to use a standard computer, not an iPad or a touch screen, but an old-fashioned keyboard and a mouse. The reason is because a lot of times when our students go out into the workforce and get a job, their job requires them to be able to clock in and clock out, meaning sometimes they'll have to be able to type in their employee number when they show up, and then they have to type their number when they leave. So, learning how to use a computer now while they're still in school is a very good skill to work on, a very good thing to learn. So, what I like to do is just go ahead and open a Word document. Okay, and enlarge that all the way. Set the font at about 36 because this is just practice or practicing, and then once the student has had a lot of time to work on their typing, then we can go down to a 12-point font, but for right now we're going to go with 36. And the first thing I like students to work on is typing their first name, because they know their first name, they know the letters in their first name, so that's already something that's familiar to them. So it'll be a lot easier than if they started trying to write vocabulary words or so on. So we start with their name. Now my name is George, so I'm going to type George. So what you would do, the parent or the adult would do is first you write your child's name, and then now it's your child's turn to use this as a model, and then they're going to copy it. So we want to make sure that we teach them to hold the shift button down and the first letter of their name, because we know that sometimes when we type, it automatically capitalizes for us, but sometimes it does not. So we want to get our children in the habit of holding that button down and typing the first letter of their name. And then whatever is their dominant hand, that's what they're going to type with for right now. And so for me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take my left hand after I've done my first letter. Left hand goes down. I'm going to use my right hand to do E-O-R-G-E. Then always enter, okay, to go to the next line. So start out, I hold shift down, press the first letter, left hand down, E-O-R-G-E, enter, okay? And we want our children to do this at least type their name 3 times a day, in the beginning, and it might take them a month or 2 months to be able to type their first name, and that's okay, because this is new. It takes time. The other thing is, you may need to help your child initially with finding those letters on the keyboard. So if it's like they're supposed to, let's see, my computer froze up, excuse me. Okay, come on. Here we go. Okay, so they may need help finding those other letters, so you can just take a pencil or a pen and point it out to them. E-O-R-G-E, enter. Okay, and then once they've done that, all summer long, then maybe, then hopefully they'll be able to do it by themselves. And then when you're finished, always put the date at the top. It is May 18th, okay? And then save it in a folder, okay? So we're gonna go to, this is where I usually save students' work, okay, student work, and then you could date it with, you could save it with today's date. And then at the end of the summer, when you go back and you look at their work, you'll have one for every single day until the end of the summer. So and so again, 3 to 4 times a day is a very good activity, and this will benefit your child now and for the rest of their life.